What up, peeps? It's your boy Heckin. Welcome back to the channel, and today this is going to be a quick video. We're just going to talk about Donkey Kong Bananza here. So this is release day, July 17th, 2025. I did live stream this for about 2 hours last night at midnight. And the game is great. It is a great game. I know a lot of people are probably happy that it's actually on the cartridge compared to a lot of the third-party games. But man, let's talk about this IGN 10 out of 10 rating. So to say something is 10 out of 10, that would mean that it is absolutely perfect and there is nothing better that you could have done. Like, it's perfect. No room for improvement. And that is just not the case. It's not a 10 out of 10. It's maybe an 8 out of 10. And I'll tell you exactly why. So, gameplay-wise, the game's freaking awesome. You can destroy damn near the entire environment, and it's colorful, it's beautiful, it's vibrant, it looks amazing, it's silly, it's a wholesome game, like, you would expect with Nintendo, right? The new look of Donkey Kong, it kind of grew on me. At first, I didn't really like it that much, but when you pair up Pauline and Donkey Kong, you're getting a lot of, like, Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope vibes. So, it's a great game so far. I mean, I played about 2 hours of it, right? I didn't really start getting into the meat and potatoes of the story until about an hour in. And, Pauline starts off as a boulder, and then eventually, like, you unlock her, and then she has voice lines in the game. But then other characters, they mumble, and there's text on the screen for what they're saying. But so far, she's really the only one that actually talks in this game. And how can you say that's a 10 out of 10 if not every character is getting a voice line? And a lot of the singing is just gibberish. There's no actual lyrics to some of the songs that I've heard so far. Performance. I cannot believe that people actually, I can believe it because IGN is full of shit. Whoever played that game, played it, and said it was a 10 out of 10, but when you press, the select button, or I guess it's the minus button, and you pull up that map, there's frame drops between going from the game to the map. And when you move the thumbstick around and you look around that map, that's not 60 frames per second. That's dropping. And in some cases, it felt like it was a little bit below 30. Now, it doesn't stay like that. I mean, it just kind of like, it's like it loads it in and then it's smooth. But like, there's issues. There's frame drop issues. Does it make it unplayable? Absolutely not. You can still play the game. And in fact, when you're running around and you're destroying the environment, all that, I was doing it pretty rampantly just to kind of test it out. In the back of my mind, I wasn't, like, intentionally doing that to test it out, but I thought about it. I was like, well, I should probably, like, go around and destroy the shit out of the world, and that's what I did. And, yeah, I mean, that part ran smooth. It ran great. It was at 60 FPS for sure. I don't know if it plays in 4K. It's probably not. It's probably 1440 at 60. But, just like with games like Minecraft, if you set off, like, 100 TNT, you're going to have frame drops. So I would imagine that there will be some points in the game where destruction of the environment does cause a little bit of a frame drop, but it's not perfect, man. It's not a 10 out of 10. I don't know if IGN is just trying to kiss the ass of Nintendo or what, but saying it was an 8 out of 10 would have been just as good. You know what I mean? Like 8 out of 10, 10 out of 10. It's definitely not perfect, though, man. So, I mean, I just had to come on here. I know a lot of people have asked me how I feel about the game, what's my review of the game. And I said it last night, and I'm sticking with it. 8 out of 10. Because the frame drops do happen. Now, it's only for like a second or two, so it's not like you're playing Dynasty Warriors 6 on the PS2 where you're like, everything's happening on the screen in, like, slow motion, basically. It's not that bad. It's more like everything new that starts happening in the environment will kind of, like, frame drop a little bit for, like, half a second. And it's not every time. It's not every time. but it doesn't make the game unplayable. At no point was I playing that game and saw that and was like, God dang, I wish I wouldn't have bought this game. I never thought that. I never thought. I'm totally happy to have the game. In fact, I'll probably stream some more of it either tonight or tomorrow or some point this weekend. It's super fun, and it's totally worth $69.99, but it is not a 10 out of 10. It is definitely an 8 out of 10. And also, I want to say I got 2 hours into that story, and so far, the story is, it's not the best story I've ever played in my life in a Donkey Kong game. Yeah, there's a little bit of narration, but like I said, Pauline's really the only one that's speaking English with her voice acting. I have no idea why you would have someone come in to do voice acting and then make them do gibberish instead of actual words when there's text on the screen telling you the words that they're supposed to be saying. I'm talking about the other characters, like Grumpy Kong, for example. That's a dude that you run into. Or even Donkey Kong, But yeah, it's just if you're 2 hours into a game and the story hasn't, got you in yet, then there's no way that could be a 10 out of 10 game, because the story has to be a banger. Like Clear Obscure Expedition 33. You play 2 hours of that, you're intrigued by that story. And in fact, if this wins Game of the Year over Clear Obscure, then that's bullshit. Which I don't think it will, though. I honestly don't think that this has a chance in hell of getting Game of the Year over Expedition 33. It may sell more copies, but that's because of two things. This is a Nintendo product, and that's Donkey Kong right there. But yeah, that is everything I have to say about Donkey Kong Bananza so far. My first impressions, my review. I feel like playing 2 hours of it, you should have a good idea of your review of a game. If that score of 8 out of 10 changes over the weekend, next week, I will let you guys know. Also, I didn't realize this until last night after I ended my stream, but this game actually has co-op on it. I don't know how well that works. I am going to give that a try this weekend, though. But yeah, game's fantastic, but it is not 10 out of 10. It is not perfect. And I'm sick and tired of these big representatives of what is a good game lying to us and telling us that it's a 10 out of 10. A 10 out of 10 wouldn't have frame drops. A 10 out of 10 would have a catching storyline that doesn't take more than 2 hours to get you invested. Game's great. Still going to play all the way through it. But that's just what it is. Anyways, guys, if you have played, let me know below what you think about the game. And I will catch you guys in the next video.